everyone, we're going to have a look at all of my favourites in this month. February was a fantastic month for beauty for me. I've discovered so many things that I love this month. I got a couple of PR packages, but I also did a little shopping spree and, like I said, discovered some things that I'm really enjoying. So this stuff here, some of it's PR, some of it's stuff I've bought. One of the items is a gift, and then there's some stuff that's been in my collection for a really long time. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you probably don't know that there was a bit of a cat development this month. So last month we said goodbye to Chloe, who was 9 years old, and we kind of thought that we wouldn't get another cat for quite a while, and then 2 days after she passed away, a little kitten got washed under our fence from next door during a storm. And so we gave the kitten back to its mum, who was really worried about it, and then mum ended up moving it all over the place and putting it in some dangerous situations. And so finally, when the other kitten died, because there was a brother and sister, when the brother died, a few days later we could see the little sister cat was starting to fade. So we started to feed it some cat replacement milk, and everything was going well. And then mum kind of just gave up altogether, so we brought her inside and we named her Poppy. And then within 24 hours she faded really fast, which happens to little kittens. And we brought her to the vet, and the vet said there was like 5% chance that she'd survive. She couldn't breathe, she was so congested with cat flu, and it was just not a good time. But they managed to save her, and we took her back home, and she's with us now. So this is her. She looks really sweet and innocent, but she is pretty much a demon in a fluffy body. She is still learning that biting is not okay, and but she's eating and pooping like a trooper, and doing a really good job at just destroying everything. So yeah, hopefully you'll see a lot more of her in the future. She doesn't want to be held like this. Yeah, hopefully you'll see a little bit more of her in the future, and you can watch her grow up, hoping everything goes well and she becomes a big, nice, healthy, strong cat. So on to some makeup and skincare goodies. I was lucky enough to be introduced to 2 skincare companies this month that I just fell in love with. Actually, that's a lie, because one of these brands I had tried before, but anyway, I digress. So the first one is Bettyket. Betty, like etiquette, but Bettyket. So this is an Australian skincare company, and I got 2 oils, and I like both of them, but this one here in particular just really has impressed me. This is called the Sleep On It Blissful Night Oil. So it's a skincare item, obviously, and I've been using this just underneath my moisturizer, but on top of my serums, and it's just the most heavenly scented product. It is part face oil and part sleep aid. Like, it smells like a cup of chamomile tea with some lavender in there, and I just absolutely adore it. So we've got some sweet almond oil, we have jojoba oil, we have vitamin E oil, argan oil, lavender oil, rose hip oil, and chamomile. And then the other brand that I've been focusing on this month a bit is Good Molecules, and I'd been using the Good Molecules Wake Up Eye Serum for quite a while because I got it in my Beautylish bag. And then they sent to me a whole bunch of their different serums and stuff. And I've been using the niacinamide, and I've also been using their hyaluronic acid, and the hyaluronic acid is one of my favorites. So it's just a really great consistency. Some others I've tried are super duper liquidy. This one's not as liquidy as some others, but it's just like, it's the best ingredient if you want hydration. Something to note though, and I used to use this wrong years ago, anything with hyaluronic acid in it, you need to put a barrier on top of it so it draws in moisture or water. So if you're using this by itself and not putting anything on top, it can kind of dehydrate you. Am I right there? So you want to put this on with all your other serums and stuff like that. Top it with your oil and your moisturizer, and that moisturizer will create the barrier, which then lets this do its job. So if you don't know about Good Molecules, it's owned by Beautylish. It's their own brand, and it's just really affordable skincare. It's pretty comparable to, let's say, The Ordinary in price, like price-wise, and also kind of the idea that there are like main ingredients based products. So both of those items were sent to me this month, and I've been using them sort of non-stop. So last month I told you about nail polishes and how I was a little bit obsessed with nail polishes and painting my nails again. And so I have quite a collection of these little Mavala minis. And there were two colours that I really loved this month. This one was sent to me this month, and this one's been in my collection for a long time. So at the moment I am wearing number 18 Lima, or Lima, depending on how you pronounce it. And you can barely see it, but it's this really pretty kind of melony peach colour, which is really kind of trendy at the moment. And I don't know about you, but I'm really I love changing up colours. So one of the other products I want to talk about today is an OPI polish. But for really fashion colours, I don't find myself using the whole bottle. So that's why these little ones are actually really handy. So this is one I liked. And I also like this purple is intense. It's so incredible. I'll put a picture in here. This one here is from like the current collection. It's called Magnetic Purple. So both of those were sent to me. This one at some point, maybe last year, the year before, I'm not sure. But yeah, I've been loving those. And also this colour here I've been wearing quite a lot. This is the It colour, and it's this kind of, it's not mustardy, it's sort of like, it's yellow, but it's not a bright, I don't know how to explain it. Again, I'll see if I've got a photo of me wearing this and I'll put it in, but it's a very kind of orangey yellow, and it just looks fabulous. So summery. Okay, so out of all of the products this month that I'm mentioning, the one that's impressed me the most is this mascara. So this is the Falsies Lash Lift from Maybelline. I've never been a massive fan of Maybelline mascaras. I haven't not liked them, but I've never been wowed by them. But this is legitimately the best one I've tried. It's a quite a fat wand, and it's got that hourglass wand. And there's others that I've tried with a similar wand that haven't impressed me as much as this one. So it must be something to do with the formula and the wand together just make pure magic. So it really lifts my lashes and it makes them look really long. This was sent to me early this month, and I've been using it almost every single day. I think I actually have been using it every single day. And there's lots of people raving about this one on Instagram at the moment because it's a really good one. I took a chance on purchasing a product that people have been raving about for years, and I just wanted to try it for the longest time, and I'm so glad I did. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and it's fantastic. It is, everyone raves about how finely milled it is, and that's true, it is very finely milled. I just love how brighting it is, and it really does such a great job at almost erasing your pores. Use it alongside with a pore filling primer, your skin just looks so smooth. If you are into a really dewy look, then this is not for you. It's very, very mattifying. Oh, I just got very interrupted, so I don't even remember where I was up to, but I do know that I was talking about this and saying that if you are someone who's very dry or someone who doesn't really like a matte finish, then this one isn't for you, but it really just, for me, it gives me such a smooth look to my skin, which I love. And then the big ticket item, something that I've been loving this month, well, since the 14th of February, is the Natasha Denona Love Palette. And this was gifted to me by my husband, or given to me by my husband. So this palette is just beautiful. It's got so many beautiful pink shades and like champagne-y kind of pinks and just gorgeous, gorgeous shades that give such a beautiful bright look, but also can be quite wearable as well. They're just really, really beautiful. The formula is just gorgeous. The mattes in particular, I think, are just stunning. The shades are just, I just love it. I love it so much. I also love this new format. I haven't got any other palettes in this newer format at the lower price point. This is enough shadow. Nobody's gonna well, that's not true. Unless you're a makeup artist, you're not gonna go through entire palettes before they go off or before you lose interest. So yeah, I really like this. So this was purchased from Beautylish as well. Actually, I think that's not when I bought the other things, but yeah, this was purchased from Beautylish just before it got released here in Australia. Also worth noting is there's holes in the bottom of the palette. So when I used it for the first time, I was like, oh, these pans are a little bit loose, but what it is that they can actually pop out with, if you put like a pin behind it, they'll pop out and you can use them in a magnetic palette. And then I've got two more products left, and this one here was sent to me as well by Bobbi Brown. These are gorgeous. I'm wearing it today on my lips. It's it is a lip gloss, but it's got that lip oil kind of feel to it. It's quite thin and quite slippy, but not sticky at all. These, I don't know how something so sort of, like I said, slippery can last all day on the lips, but what I typically will do is just line my lips with something nude and then apply this, and then I don't know, even some days I just don't even reapply it all day and my lips still feel really good. And then lastly, of things that have been impressing me, I've just been on a real peach kick at the moment. So I've been loving the California blush by Benefit. And I actually need to do my sticky tape trick on this one because it's got a bit of hard pan. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link to that video right here where you can find out how to save all of your ruined like blushes and bronzers and anything else that's got hard pan on it. But this is just like the most pretty like flush of peachy colour. It did have a gold overspray in the beginning, but I like it even more without that gold. So this is one that if you haven't tried it, I recommend. I actually think, I've heard a rumour, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that the quality of the blushes in the face palettes aren't the same like quality as the original box palettes, because if that's the case, that's disappointing, because I was considering purchasing one of their, I think it's called the cheek leaders or something like that, the little palettes that have so many different shades in it, because I love this. I love Hoola, and it's also got, the new one's got the re-released Georgia shade, which is the really beautiful peach shade, but if they're not the same quality, I don't think I'd pick it up. Anyway, I'm ranting. So that's it. Poppy's new. All of this stuff is stuff that I've loved this month. That's all I had to talk about. That's the video. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next month. Bye.